Okay. Alright, I'm starting the stream. This, like, I don't know how the fuck to make it, like... Okay. Okay, stage broadcast, Dragon Quest 8, stream targets... What does... Oh, fuck, maybe I should have done... Why the fuck is stage broadcast not doing shit?
Dunno.
Just echoed.
Doesn't sound like it. Is that? Oh, cool.
Alright, hold up. What the fuck? What the fuck, dude? Whatever I select as a fucking game is not like... Does it have to be running on my fucking desk? I don't understand.
Yeah, now it's echoing like a motherfucker right now.
Yeah.
Oh wait, my dumbass. I forgot my dumbass had Twitch up.
No, those your fucking fault.
Oh,
Wait,
wait!
Twitch is live! Twitch
Wait.
is live! Fuck yeah!
Oh my god, is Facebook live? Is everything live? Let me go to an offline screen.
Dev-A-Thon. Yay.
So did you just have to restart it, and that was the trick?
Might be.
So no.
Wait, guys, why is like Derek's comment on Mob Crash fucking highlighted in green and it says $5? Did he literally gave us $5? Wait, guys, why is like Derek's comment on Mob Crash fucking highlighted in green and it says $5? Did he literally gave us $5?
Ah, yawn.
Wait, and it says like on YouTube, I think that would mean that the. Huh. Wait, are we also live on? Wait, and it says like on YouTube. Oh shit! Yeah, so you can actually see that people are from different places by they got like little icons next to their avatars in the chat. Are we also live on? Fuck, what kind of song would you like?
Barbie girl.
Oh, I don't Barbie Girl. I don't know Barbie Girl. I know the Hobbit song from the fucking the Pippin song from Lord of the Rings. I know that one.
Oh, that's cool.
How about the Gummy Bear song, but in German?
Oh god.
I don't know any fucking German.
It's just
How am I
one.
supposed to know any
It's just
German?
2 words.
I don't know. Barbie girl.
Oh wait, no, 3.
Just learn.
Why are you demanding hard things from me? Why do you hate me so much?
We love you.
Oh,
#1 Sprite guy.
oh god.
I don't know any fucking German. How am I supposed to know any German? Alright, so
I don't know.
Oh wait, no, 3.
Just learn.
set up. Why are you demanding hard things from me? Why do you hate me so much?
We love you.
Eats the crap out of something. Dang it.
Alright, can everyone see me?
uh,
Everyone see my ugly ass?
you're
I
not.
see your face, but not your ass.
Oh, okay. And then let me share my screen.
Who said that?
Oh, shit. Just a sec. Share. I should have done this before. My bad, guys.
Hey, it's working on Twitch.
Alright. Oh my god, how do you share screen again on Hangouts? Okay, cool. Alright, so basically this is what the format's going to be. We went through hell to get this set up. What we wanted to do, hey guys, what's up? Is we wanted to have the stream basically going everywhere we have fans, because we have people who backed us on our Kickstarter literally on every freaking social media platform. But we also, these characters here on the bottom, they are in our Google Chat Hangout, which is also public. So you can like come and go in voice, or you know, you can just stay in chat or whatever you want and hang out with us. Because we wanted to do kind of like a casual thing. We're working towards a gameplay demo for you guys towards the end of this month, which means we are going to have to work our absolute asses off. And as part of taking accountability for the fact I've been absolutely fucking terrible at keeping you guys updated, and I'm so goddamn sorry about that. I'm gonna try to hang out with you guys more and be more real with you guys and show everything that's going on. You guys can see us like collaborating, see us working our asses off, you know, so maybe you'll hate us a little less. Everyone here, Patrick, everyone.
Yep.
So
And I'm actually in terms of what we're going to do tonight, I'm working on Loran Forest, finishing Loran Forest tile set. So it's basically production ready, release ready. And I'll be today marking some tiles for deletion because they're deprecated. For now, I will just, I think for the demo, I will just mark them and add new stuff, and then we'll be replacing, because we introduced some, we introduced the fucking slanted tiles, which are really useful.
oh
But
yeah,
we
let me
have a
see
bunch
if I
of
can pull
old
it up.
tiles which are not slanted yet, and this is not going to be the way we're going forward. But we have built levels with them, so I will just mark them in the tile sheet for replacement, but I will not remove them, because removing them would fuck up literally everything that we've built.
Yep, please
So-
God don't. Oh, another thing, Patrick, if or anyone who's talking, if you're doing something or trying to show something, make sure to let me know to swap focus to you, because I'm having to manually control that. Let's see. So I'm about to take a shitload of questions. Don't worry, you can ask me literally anything. You can ask me like why the fuck we're so late. That's fine. I'm anticipating a lot of rude ass questions, I'm not a fucking politician. I will answer them 100% honestly and sincerely, because that is one thing we have going for us, is I've never lied to you guys. So that's good. Everyone in chat, can you please just say, like, I'm on Facebook, I'm on YouTube. I just really want to make sure that we're getting everyone channeled into what I'm seeing right now.
I saw people commenting in the chat in the mob crash. I saw people from
Oh,
Facebook,
dude,
Twitch,
it has
YouTube.
the little icons so you can see it. Oh yeah,
Yeah.
we must be getting everyone. Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah,
So
another thing is we're really technical and artistically oriented. We're really like passionate about this. If you want to see anything, like I'm probably gonna be up late as shit, later than all of you should really be up for health reasons. But I drink a shitload of coffee. If you want to see anything at any point in time, we're going to be here a while. Feel free to let us know. We can show you, especially our backers. I'm willing to show you things that maybe I would rather keep secret, that I wouldn't want to make public, but I owe you guys. I would happily do that. You want to take some first round of questions?
yeah, so the first question was from Derek, and like the Mobcrash says that he paid $5 to ask the question, and I feel just really bad that he.
You
did it,
paid.
like,
Wait. Is that what happened? You paid $5 to ask a question?
So because like it's highlighted in a green and
Holy
it says
shit,
like
dude!
$5
Like I will
solid, and,
I will pay this guy back, dude. Like holy shit.
Holy shit, dude, exactly. And his question was, I purchased the game a couple of years ago for Dreamcast, but have since moved. I own PS3, Wii U, and Switch. How do I still get my
Okay,
copy?
so the main account I'm posting into mob chat, which actually shit, I have no idea how that works. If it goes to everyone. Anyway, it is team at ElysianShadows.com. If you ever change your address and need to let us know you have a new address that you didn't have while you were on Kickstarter. First of all, it's fine because we're going to be sending out surveys and questionnaires and be asking for your address. But if you want to make damn sure that we don't use old information, just email team at ElysianShadows.com, anything like that, and I'm putting all that kind of shit in a special folder I'm going to go through.
Thing. Like once we start releasing, like once we finish up the game and we get towards release and actually getting the copies out to people, we're gonna be hunting you guys down, making sure that everyone, like, we have the proper addresses for everyone, and there's gonna be a time to change your version. Like if you, let's say, like if you say you bought a copy for PC and for some unknown reason you want to switch your platforms, like I don't think that's a big deal.
Right, yeah, and yeah, we have to do that because shit like the Ouya is no longer a fucking platform, so but I don't know.
I didn't see that coming.
We still, I'm not sure if we will 100% support it. Technically, the code still works, but it's starting to fall behind. Ouya really wants us to not support it, or Razer, they want us to only support the Razer Forge TV. And honestly, the Ouya was so underpowered, it was a fucking nightmare to support. If there's anyone in this chat, why is my wife in this chat? Hey, Lauren. If anyone in here is like, dude, I'm a fucking Ouya gamer, do not drop that shit, like, whatever. If there's one of you, I will seriously go through the fucking hell to support it. Just let me know, if you're an Ouya guy or if you know someone who's an Ouya guy who has not gone to Forge TV or would not rather get it on Steam or something like that, and you're fucking hellbent on Ouya, please God, let me know. I won't be dropping it yet, but someday in the future.
That being the case, but still, we gave our word and we're gonna fulfill our obligation.
Yeah, we'll be like the only game on it, but yeah, it's the least we can fucking do.
Exactly. I mean, it's kind of funny, like, not often do you start game development and literally entire platform dies before you even announce.
Yeah.
That was very shocking.
Yeah, the Ouya really didn't. Dude, but thank God, though, because the Forge TV is so much more goddamn powerful. Holy shit. The Ouya was, like, stuck on OpenGL ES2, and 3 is when really, like, some of the more complicated things in the shaders and bloom lighting and multiple render targets happened, so it was just kind of a nightmare to support the Ouya, and it ran like shit. It didn't run like shit, but the Ouya was not going to have the same like video aesthetic fidelity as maybe even as the Dreamcast. I'm not sure yet, because that little Tegra 1 was kind of slow as shit with pixel shaders. Alright, let's move along. Setup completion. Anyway.
Yeah, so by the way, Falco, when we gonna release the demo, what platforms is going to the demo?
Oh,
run on?
it definitely won't be Windows only. It will probably be Mac, Windows, Linux. But there's a good chance probably it will just be those. And if you bought it for Dreamcast or anything else like that, you get whatever the hell you want. But most likely it will be, as long as you backed us, you get the demo on anything, including multiple, like it won't be like, oh, you back for the fucking Dreamcast, you can't play the demo on Windows, you know what I mean? I don't really plan to be like that.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean,
God.
if
haven't
someone
any-
managed to load the ROM on the Dreamcast themselves.
Do what?
Like, I mean, didn't you said that you could technically, like, connect fucking Dreamcast to internet somehow, or basically, well, you could like burn a disk, right? Like,
Exactly.
if we,
They would
if
burn a
you,
disc.
if you would want to run a demo on Sega Dreamcast, you could, in theory, burn your own disk and try it, I guess.
Right. Exactly. That's how it would work. Which is
Yeah.
the
Just
Dreamcast
making.
scene has been doing that shit for years, so it sounds like pain in the ass, but like that's what they do, so it's really not a big deal.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, just making sure to let people know that like we're not like forgetting about Dreamcast. Like it's gonna be also on the big D.
Right. Let me grab something. I saw a question about Lua. Was there anything else before that?
Yeah.
Because I'm gonna try to get the.
No, I just got to it. It's like, are you using Lua to wrap CPP functions?
Oh yeah,
Fun.
we're using the shit out of Lua. Probably move on to the next question. I'm trying to. I didn't realize the fucking toolkit isn't even building when we started streaming, so I'm trying to load up an older build. Dude, I don't even know if the assets are good to pull down right now. We'll find out to really answer that question. So we are.
Dude, I was busting my ass last weekend to make sure that the assets won't be
Nope.
fucking, at least nothing from me won't gonna crash the engine. Because fucking spine.
Yeah. Dude, that just crashed. What the fuck? But that's also an old build.
Nightwing 245 asks how.
I'm getting back
how
to your
have
Lua
you-
question. Don't worry.
So like how have you found the drive to keep going after all this time?
Oh my
And
god, not fucking easily. Like,
For me personally, it's the rest of the team. Like, if not them, shit, I would probably flunk out fucking 5 years ago.
this was my dream. I wanted to do it since I was a fucking kid, and like bad shit happened. We're late. Everyone hated us, so that really, and especially YouTube. Like we were always loved on YouTube. Like every fucking video, people are like, oh my god, you guys are great. So I never was subjected to like the social media hate, despite being moderately famous on social media. So when that came, my fucking god, that really fucked with me. But I'm just not a fucking quitter. Like I knew even when I was at my lowest low, not communicating with everyone, that I would like pull my ass out of depression and fucking do this. And especially now, I'm about to be a dad. My wife is pregnant, and I'm not gonna have my kid go back and watch Adventures in Game Development and be, oh, my dad fucking pussed out. He didn't finish this shit. Nope.
Exactly. And there were like plenty of times where I would sleep out. So it actually ties down to Andrew's question that we raised some money on Kickstarter, and how the fuck do we pay 4+ employees at least minimum
Oh
wage
my
for 5
god,
years?
yeah,
And
we
the
don't.
answer
We
is
don't.
that we don't. We don't.
We're now
we
working
ran,
for free.
we ran out of Kickstarter money very, very long time ago. It was when I was basically still in States, and after that we sort of had to pull our lives together because we staked our lives on finishing Elysian Shadows in time, and we didn't do it. And then we basically, we all quit our jobs, we burned all the bridges, and then we had to piece our life back together to sort of continue development, because if we die, then Elysian Shadows is not being made, and Elysian Shadows has to be made, so we cannot die.
That's true. To go into more detail, like a lot of people are like, oh my fucking god, you made so much money on Kickstarter, you're fucking rich. I actually was making less than minimum wage by the time we were splitting it all out, and I had to support myself largely on my 401k, so now I don't have a retirement anymore. But okay, so right now, luckily, I don't know how many of you know this now. I work for AMD, like Advanced Micro Devices. I work on the DirectX 12 team, working with like next gen titles, helping AMD bug support, and I'm working on the DirectX 12 driver for AMD, right? I make pretty good money, except for the fact I live in communist Massachusetts. So with that money, I'm working as much as I can on ES, like at home, and on the weekends, which is where we're now going to be streaming a shitload. So I am paying Jacob Hill, our gameplay loop guy, to work on the game full time, and then I'm giving him guidance and stuff through Discord and all that while I'm at work. So when I come home, I can like, okay, I have this list of shit to bug fix and stuff like that. Ideally, so yeah, I'm using AMD to my advantage and my income there. Ideally, what we would do is we would have the same thing going for an artist with Patrick working
Yeah.
during the day because he also has a full-time job.
So yeah, exactly. I found a job at Amber Eye Studios where I'm currently a technical artist for a VR gaming studio, and that's like technically challenging job that also translates quite well into yes in terms of like deeper understanding of like what the fuck shaders are and what the fuck you can do with them, and I can see now a lot of cool things that I can do with pixel art and shaders and make really cool basically find a lot of ways to make graphically amazing thing that also isn't a lot of labor intensive because there's a bunch of smart math and not just dumb making pixel art, and that's gonna translate also in a lot like water effects, grass, like wavy grass as a shader would be so much easier to do than as an animation, faster. And
Oh yeah,
it's
for
like
sure.
wavy effect for literally every single wavy thingy, like wavy leaves, that's shader, wavy fucking grass, wavy tall grass, wavy fucking whatever, flaming fucking wavy tits, yeah, way easier, right? So yeah, and we are actually now gonna be slowly looking for another pixel artist, and we can pay them some from our day jobs. But yeah, ideally someone who really wants to grow as a person, like not just someone who I only want to do characters or I only want to do animations, because our setup is quite
It's so
peculiar.
complicated. Like you
Yeah.
have to. Our ideal candidate is someone who can do pixel art and then also level design, but you have to remember our pixel art is like next gen. I mean, you're doing pixels, but then
Mm.
you're also orienting it in 3D space with normal and displacement mapping. You're doing like bloom and specular highlights. You're having to reorient tiles in 3D space. Once I get the fucking toolkit building, I can show you that. Shit like that. So you have to, yeah, you have to, like, I guess our ideal candidate would be some kind of like RPG maker like Rockstar who's looking for more, like we're about taking that shit to the next level. You want to push the medium of pixel art further than that.
Yeah, like you can. I'm actually screen sharing right now our human NPC setup for the skeleton, and you can see like the fuck ton of moving parts in there. And here is the here. So here is the entire list of the assets just for one skin, and multiply all of that times all of the skins in a game.
Holy
Um,
shit, Jacob did a lot of fucking work this week.
yeah.
Holy fucking shit. Wait, you can't see the server from here, can you?
Mm. But the
All you
advantage of
see is
that.
slut serve. It's fine. Sorry. Continue.
Yeah, so like advantage, like even though it's pretty complex setup, the advantage of it is still like a lot of time saving. Like we can have facial animations now for everyone instead of
Oh yeah,
just
dude.
one character.
Dude, you want to? Oh fuck, I wasn't sharing my screen. What were you? Oh, you want to show off the animations you were working on this
Yeah.
week that I never actually saw, really?
Oh yeah, sure.
Fuck,
I can
my
load them
bad.
up.
Were there any other questions? Yes, there were a shitload. Fuck, fuck, fuck. Wait a minute,
Wait.
dude. Is it not logging the questions above this?
I have the questions. Don't worry, man. I have the chat. Oh shit, the chat is like cut
Yeah,
and
what the
cropped.
fuck? Shit.
Fuck, did they just crop a bunch of questions?
Yeah, yeah. Put it on the Nvidia Shield TV. That would be fantastic, actually. Oh, real quick before I forget, the devlog shit. So yeah, I need to be fucking honest about that. Dude, that shit. First of all, I had someone offer like I did not want to destroy these things. Like every fucking thing I do every day, engineering related, everything I've worked on for ES, everything I've done for Elysian VMU, like as a graduate student, a lot of stuff for AMD, which can be public, not the private stuff for AMD, is like fucking intimately chronicled in these dev notebooks. And I sold them for $10, right? And I didn't want to destroy them, having them digitized. So I had a friend who approached me who said, "Oh, I'll do this for you for free, blah blah blah," and I gave him the notebooks. And he digitized them, but they looked so goddamn shitty. I showed the team and I showed a bunch of backers, and they're like, "Dude, you cannot distribute this publicly or people will fucking hate you." Like, and I even asked, "Dude, can I like distribute them publicly and like for now and say, yes, this looks like shit. We're working on them better one. And they're like, no, dude, your reputation sucks. People will hate you more. So I had it fully digitized, just not looking that good. Scan basically scans for like months. It's somewhere I forgot. And then I had another guy who joined the team specifically to take these and to create like some kind of fucking fancy graduate school like markup like editor like Word or something, but for like scientific symbols and scientific papers. I forgot, but he was digitizing like every bit of these notebooks with a table of contents, and like that is what I wanted, and it was supposedly going well. I never saw any of it, but then he basically like dropped off the face of the earth and like didn't want to finish it, or I don't know what the fuck happened. So that's where that wound up. So like, guys, if you know of any company that I can just send this shit to that can like create quality scans, hopefully without fucking destroying these notebooks, like please send a link now, and I'll do it like right fucking now. I'll even do it live if you want.
I'm sure like there's something. Maybe I'm looking at Patrick's screen. That little ratty boy looks pretty good.
Dude, so like the
Hey,
man, like,
someone said no audio. What? No audio? Yeah, there is audio. Motherfuckers. All right, sorry, didn't mean to fuck everything up for that. Continue.
Yeah, looking at so like the animations, actually the animations for the rat were quite easy to do once I remembered like how everything was set up. And like that's the fucking annoying thing, right? When you revisit something that you've done years ago and you haven't really looked back into how they are structured. Like there are so many things that can improve. So it's with the delays that we have, which are frankly enormous, and man, like it's a fucking miracle. Honestly, it's a miracle that we're still alive. Like looking back at my life, it could not go any worse. I mean, okay, it could a lot of ways, but still, it was difficult time. But on the other hand, we're so much fucking better now than we used to be. Like now, everything, like I just want to sort of push the Loren out and get it done so I can start making new stuff, because the new stuff I'm going to make is going to be, you know, better because I'm a better developer after those 3 years.
Right. Yeah, dude, one of the main things was like in the middle of this fucking what is it called? What is that goddamn game called that I own and I fucking obsess over? Octopath fucking Traveler. Dude, I have like the entire time this game was announced, I have fucking psychoanalyzed every goddamn pixel of that game. I will not rest until this looks better than that. We're doing so much shit that they're not doing, but we don't have the art and engine like this yet, so they look a lot better than we do. But so help me God, they made some like, it's a great looking game and it's probably a good game, but they made a lot of decisions that I think are going to show, like when you look at ES and then look at that, especially their decision to not have normal mapping, and they use the Unreal Engine, which looks really like blurred out, and it's obvious they developed it, went all out on PC with all the special effects, and they had to downsample it when they exported to Switch, and they didn't optimize for it. That's how it looks.
Yeah. So like there is a question from Andrew that majority of the time of the dev time went into the engine, and do we not regret using pre-made engine like Unity and Unreal? And
Oh fuck no.
My answer to that is like, first thing first, none of them built to Sega Dreamcast, and vast majority of our backers wanted a Sega Dreamcast game, not a PC game, and that's
Dude, and we also have a lot of shit in our toolkit. You'll see that I swear to God, Unity got nothing on a bunch of this shit. Unity obviously is a lot better for making like general purpose 3D games, but for making a game like what we did, this is like hand fucking tailored to what we're trying to do. It's like super optimized for the type of game we're making. It runs on the platforms we want it to run on. It's built around our workflows, and I did a lot of really cool shit with the debug environment. So it's basically like part cross-platform debug IDE. I saw someone ask something about fucking Qt Creator executable, and I can't fucking see it now. Something about, did we have issues with that? I've been using Qt for like several years. I'm not sure if you're talking about the redistributable Qt. Like, there's a deployment app that comes with Qt for Mac and Linux for bundling all of the binary dependencies for DLLs and shit. So use that, and then I have a build script on the server that manually copies over the other ones, like SDL, OpenGL. Right now, yeah, I want to fucking show you ES, but my dumbass didn't get it building before I joined the stream. That's what I'm doing right now. Right now, are we planning on selling the toolkit? Yes, but if you backed us, pre-ordered us, anything like that, we are not selling it to you. You guys get it for free. It's the least we can do because we're so fucking late.
What's in terms of if they want to make their own games and sell? What's like licensing in that regard?
It will be like a very small share goes back, not for us to like fucking make ES with, just we need to take a cut that's small enough to support me adding new features and bug fixing for you guys.
Yeah,
Like, I'm
and
sorry, like if I could just do it all for free, I would, but like once this shit goes open, you guys are going to be making so much shit, and it's going to be like almost a full-time job for me to do bug fixes. So I'll need something on that. I'm not sure what we're going to do for backers. There's a chance we might just give them way lower percentage or something, but you will definitely get something. There was another good question that was about something about do we support Vulkan? Oh my god, dude. Right now we are on an OpenGL ES 3.0 mobile back end for the renderer and an OpenGL 4.3 back end for Mac, which doesn't even support compute shaders yet, so we're using OpenCL for that. Dude, the bane of my fucking existence is OpenGL, and I've begun working on the back end for Vulkan, but it's going to take a lot of time, and I can't work on it right now because we're trying to get this demo done, but oh my god, dude. Like, if I could go back and do it again, I would have started with Vulkan, but Vulkan came out after us, you know? So, yes, I definitely plan to support Vulkan. It's Vulkan and GL. I would probably continue to support GL, though, because it's more cross-platform. Thanks to fucking Apple not wanting to support Vulkan. The majority of the dev time, I actually don't spend making the engine anymore. I mean, it was like LibGyro. Back in the day, everyone's like, oh my god, he's making a game on Dreamcast and Windows and Mac and Linux. Oh my god, he's writing Dreamcast code. But that was the case at first. I had to write code that was, divergent on Dreamcast and not. But once that abstraction was in place, I have not written a line of code specifically for fucking Dreamcast in like 4 years now. Obviously, I'll need to, moving forward, to get some of the advanced sliding effects back on Dreamcast, but I mean, it's like a one-time upfront cost. Do I regret it? No, it's what made me the developer I am today. It's what made ES, in my opinion, the game it is. A lot of people are interested in this toolkit. Obviously, a lot of people bought this game just for this toolkit. Like, obviously, it's a very meritorious thing in its own fucking right. And I mean, I work for AMD because of the things I've learned and because of the developer I've become, making my own tools, making my own engine. It made me a better fucking person. So no, I definitely don't regret. And now we get to live the fruits of that labor. You know, now I get to optimize things exactly the way I want it for my workflow, and now I get to have fun building things with the toolkit. And I'll show you like how good our documentation is later, because I've thought about you guys like every fucking step of the way for documentation and shit like that.
Yeah, documentation is
It is,
definitely.
dude, it is so documented. Like, I want to make the documentation public already so people can already see like the kinds of things it offers, the how to use it, you know, and they can already like feature request and get an idea, you know, for what it would take to support it.
Have you done a recent build, or when was the last time you had a build that you were playing on a Dreamcast?
The Dreamcast was before I moved here, because right now we just moved here. I had this fancy setup going on. I had a fancy setup going on where I had this automated, and then I had to fucking move because I got a job at AMD. Had to move to communist Massachusetts, and I have yet to set that back up. Is the bad news. The good news is the way we do it now, dude, 90% of the time I'm on a Mac. How is that right? Because we're supporting Windows, Linux, like fucking iOS, Android. We have a very complicated, very badass build server that every time I commit a line of code changed on my Mac, the motherfucker will farm it out to my Mac below. Linux machine. It does a distributed build and builds for like Mac, Windows, Linux, Dreamcast, iOS, and it runs through basic tests on them. So actually, I can go pretty long without having to actually open the build. So the fact I haven't actually like sat down with the Dreamcast build in a while seems bad, but it's not as bad as you would think. It should be building right now.
So is it basically just like a super pimp repository?
So we use GitLab, and when you check into GitLab, it kicks off fucking Jenkins uh, for automated testing, and we have a bunch of automated tests. So Jenkins will do the build. It will build for when it gets a build request for Toolkit, or Elysian VMU is also built here if you guys have used that yet. It'll build. It'll. I have a bunch of machines down here: Mac, Windows, Linux, and then this fucking. I have a Raspberry Pi and an Odroid that were remote build servers for like Dreamcast and shit. So they get the event. Oh shit, he changed the code. They rebuild for their own platform, and then they run through the unit tests on like the toolkit for the builds that support the toolkit and not just the engine. And then what they do is they open all of the different levels and areas automatically, and that does two things. That exercises a bunch of the Lua scripting code, and if there's an error in a Lua script, it'll be like, fuck, syntax error, and it failed to open this area. And it also validates that assets like fucking PNGs and skeletal animations and music have not been moved around. So we always joke that our game is funny because the fucking musician can break the build. So he could rename a file in the repository, that ESTK is pointing to and everything, and he just renames the fucking file and checks it in like, whoa, why did I break a build? But you fucking broke the build. So we have a lot of we have a lot of validation like that.
Yeah, that was the funny shit. I was like, how the fuck can I? Because I would have pushes which would break the builds. I'm like, how the fuck can I can I break a build? I'm literally just changing pixels in
Yep.
the
Nope.
PNG.
Nope. Dude.
Yeah.
So that's the secret. Oh my god. Before we had that, it was fucking yeah. Real quick. Yes, I know all about Molten VK. I actually have it installed, and that's actually what I'm using right now. So, kind of pisses me off that it's still not supporting Vulkan. But the fact that Molten VK was picked up by the Valve as like a first-party thing gives me a lot more hope in it. So yes, for Mac, you'll be able to use Vulkan via Molten VK or OpenGL. The chances of me supporting Metal Plane are pretty fucking slim because Apple fucked me over. I went through hell supporting OpenGL and OpenCL only for Mac, right? Like, that's not normal. The Mac, you had to use a lower version of OpenGL and you had to use OpenCL for compute. They gave you this convoluted way you had to do things to make it fully cross-platform and work on a Mac. So I invested a lot of time as a developer, like, oh my god, okay, I really want to support Mac. I'm willing to go the extra mile. And what do these assholes do? They rip OpenGL away, which, okay, that's a public cross-platform thing. They also deprecate Open fucking CL, which was their own compute API. They owned it. They invented OpenCL, and they still ripped it away. So like my incentive to invest heavily into Apple APIs, frameworks, and technologies is pretty low now because I've seen how they treat developers. I was pretty pissed off about that.
That's why people don't game on Macs.
Oh my god, I'm sorry I have to eat.
Dude, I'm like building
Holy shit,
myself
that bite was way too big. You're what?
I'm building my scene in just in Photoshop because when I need to add bunch of stuff to when I need to add bunch of stuff to tileset, it's easier for me to have like a setup, an example scene in Photoshop that I can work on instead of just like constantly exporting, and it's just like faster workflow. But I'm just like working to piece together the trees for the Lauren, and I'm thinking like, what the fuck was I thinking? Like, what kind of fucking dumbass designed this? I'm like, oh my god, it was me. And then I like look back. It's so fucking hard to use, but then I look back onto like how useful it is when you finally piece it together and how efficient it is. But I'm having second guesses about maybe I went way too efficient. Maybe I should be less aggressive on the efficiency
You should
because
be
the usability.
less efficient. Are you fucking? I'm just kidding. Yeah, continue.
Dude, because the usability of them, like
Yeah,
there is
no,
an,
no, I hear you. We can
yeah,
always
there
make.
is an argument. Yeah, there is an argument to be made. Like,
Yeah, no, there
does,
is.
yeah, if you're like, doesn't matter how efficient your assets are. If it's like too pain in the ass to use it, then like you failed as an asset designer, right? Like
My
it
my
shouldn't be.
argument would be if efficiency is actually a problem, it should be in the toolkit to like automatically compress or find some way, you know what I mean, to pre-process it
Yeah, or like
instead of like putting that because I mean like these people have the same problem if they want to use spine and ESTK efficiently like
yeah,
that's why I'm doing like texture compression and shit for Dreamcast in the toolkit,
yeah.
you know,
And
not
there is also a
leaving
matter
that
of
to the
just like
user.
texture repacking, like like the way I packed the houses in Elysian Shadows on the tile sheet is very efficient. But if you try to sort of build them up, it would be a lot easier if I would have like way bigger tile sheet of like just ready beaded pieces of the tile that engine in the background sort of recompiles into more efficient format in like a texture packing type of deal,
Mm.
you know?
Yeah.
That's something to think about also.
Right,
But
right.
hindsight is always 50-50, right?
Let's see. A monthly fee to use the SDK? Yeah, that might work actually. Do we have a publisher? Okay, so we had a publisher on Dreamcast, right? But it looks like they went out of business, and I haven't really been keeping up that much with what the fuck is going on there. So I don't know anymore if we really have a publisher.
Yeah, there was man, like I remember I don't want to speak ill about anyone and to be like also revealing any stuff that's behind the doors, but
Patrick is definitely crazy, whoever asked that. Yeah, you can
yeah.
pre-order Elysian Shadows on the website.
Mm.
I hope to God, unless the web develop. We had a web guy who was supposed to do all this awesome shit, and he never fucking helped us with anything. And I hope it's in good shape. It's pretty sad. We're making our own engine and fucking toolkit, and our website looks like shit. But anyway, continue, Patrick.
Yeah, so like with the with the Dreamcast publisher, we were like this close to having like pretty amazing deal where we sort of joined the
Right,
companies
right.
and
That fell through.
we moved us to America permanently with like all the legalities and visas done, and like life was going to be amazing, and then shit didn't happen. Not because no one like out of any malice or anything, just like sometimes shit just doesn't work out,
That
right?
was a really dark time. So
Yeah,
this was like towards when we were running out of money for Kickstarter, and Tyler had left us. Connor, had left us with almost nothing. It was becoming clear we weren't gonna make it on time. We were like desperately trying to get the Ouya free the funds, 150,000 that they'd promised us. We wound up
yeah, I
not
was.
getting that, but our publisher was trying really hard to start his own company in Idaho, and he was like, dude, let's team up like Team ES and like Watermelon, whatever, and let's start like a super game development company. Like we can use ESTK to power our products, and we're like, holy fucking shit. Like this will
Yeah, and I was.
deliver us from the pain and the fucking suffering, and like this is our way out. And every fucking day we were waiting for that, and it just didn't happen. Like, oh my
Yeah,
god, man.
and I was like, man, like I can like train up people with the more of the technical approach to pixel art and not just make like pretty things, but make pretty things smartly and be efficient about it. And it was going to be the new era of Sega Dreamcast development and 2D game development.
Yeah,
And
my engine was gonna like power the next like generation of games from them. Yeah,
yeah,
it's
but
gonna be
just
fucking
didn't
cool.
happen, dude. Like I remember going back to Poland and just like I literally slid into alcoholism
Oh
one
yeah,
month.
dude, that's why I
Like, that
became
was.
that's why I had drug issues. Yeah, no doubt, no
Yeah,
doubt.
that was, dude, that was fucking dark time. Like, if I wouldn't get that job that I have currently have, the day job, then I was ready to quit game development altogether, just to like get myself any job, like fucking work in a supermarket or some shit,
Jesus
just so I
fucking
can
Christ.
keep working on Elysian Shadows. Yeah. So yeah, that was a fucking dark time,
So
man.
yeah, guys, game development. It's awesome, man.
Yeah, it's so much fun, right? It's great. It's like fucking sunshine and roses.
So did Watermelon shit the bed?
I'm pretty sure. which is
I remember
sad
that.
because they were fantastic. And
Yeah, they
dude,
were fantastic.
I
Like,
have.
it's not like
Where is it?
Mm.
Oh yeah, I have their like. This is a fucking Sega Dreamcast game by Waterman. Like, look at this shit. This looks.
Falco, we don't see your
Oh.
webcam on the. Maybe you're on the stream.
Oh no,
Are you?
I am. I'm on OBS. They should be able to see me. They
Yeah,
should be able to
right.
see me. So this, I mean, this was made in like 2016 or something. Like, look at this shit. This is what Elysian Shadows was gonna look like, and you could pick. This is what the European PAL Dreamcast disc looked like. So you could pick whether you wanted the US looking one or the PAL. I always liked the way the PAL one looked. Probably because it's not the US one. It looked fancy to me, and then the PAL people hate it. I don't fucking know. But anyway, it had amazing um, art. It had like a lot of extras. Here's the game. I think it had something else in it. Oh yeah, it had a really nice instruction manual. It always came with like stickers and like advertisements for their other games. Somewhere in here I have the Sega Genesis version as well, with the Sega CD soundtrack somewhere too. So I have both versions. But yeah, it's really fucking sad because that was amazing, and I would just imagine, oh dude, ES will look like that someday. And it made the pain a little more fucking worth it, but now it's gone.
Yeah,
So now
it's
we're just hollow, empty fucking shells on the inside, turning to drugs to get through the. I'm just kidding.
it's I don't know, man. Like I think we like this year was rough, but by the end we sort of got our shit together and
Yep.
we're pulling through, and it's like a new chapter, fucking rebirth, so forth and so forth. Like the thing is that if you try to make something great, most people fail. Like you hear those amazing success
Yeah, I mean, there's
stories.
a reason not many people make their own fucking engines, toolkits, or
Yeah.
do games like this. There's a reason Octopath Traveler is the closest thing to anything made like this, and it's like a multi-million-dollar AAA game. But
Yeah, like
yeah.
but like the survivalship bias kicks in, right? Like you hear the success stories, you don't hear the failures, and
Yes, that's true.
shit. Yeah, we went through some really fucking difficult time, but we're really adamant about pushing through and delivering the promise. Like I've backed so many Kickstarters that I don't think any Kickstarter that I backed fulfilled. Like I have bunch of games that I backed and they just like never finished. They just gave up. And they flat out gave up. They was like, yeah, guys, we're not working on this anymore. So at least we're still kicking.
This is true. God damn it, I moved some fucking shit into a different namespace because I'm sharing a shitload of code between like the toolkit, the engine, the VMU emulator, and some other tools and shit, and I fucked up a namespace. I need to move it into the shared namespace. So that's why nothing is compiling, because it was for the debug log, which everything ever uses that.
Yeah, like a lot of you guys don't know about this, but like the plans were that we would release Elysian Shadows, we would like sell the game, and the game would be selling so amazingly that we would bring Mayas back to States, and we would
Yep,
open like
that was gonna
physical.
be it, dude. That was the
Yeah,
dream.
yeah, we would open physical studio
Still
in
working on
States.
it every day till the day I fucking die.
And the thing is that immigration paperwork is fucking expensive. It will be like 50,000 just to buy me a work permit in States. Like you have to pay Uncle Sam to work for them and pay their taxes. Apparently, they just don't want you to come and work. You have to pay them for the privilege, I guess.
The privilege to make money and pay them taxes. Yes, that makes
Well,
sense.
to be fair, like objectively speaking, being an American is a privilege, but
Oh.
I want to be a contributing
I better
member
check
of
my
society.
fucking privilege then, cause
Oh, baby.
oh my god, where's this fucking namespace? What's everyone else doing?
Building the shit. It's like Pon from YouTube says that this is a piece of art and your passion project. Just focus on putting out quality demo, and I'm sure it attract a lot of interest. Yeah, I think it's
That's what we're
I
working
think
on. I will say, man, the gameplay and like when shit goes well and it materializes, and I look and I'm like, holy fuck, like we are onto something. This is worth it. This is everything I ever wanted. Like, granted, there was a lot of bullshit in between that, a lot of shitty things. But when that happens, you're like, damn, okay, this is why I do this.
Yeah, like there is dude, Falco, I can tell you for a fact there is no such feeling as like releasing a game. Like it's such a surreal thing because I'm going through this right now. So it's a funny story. So so Falco is engineer and he was working for companies as day jobs. I always was working as a game developer, but even though I was working for 6 years
Hey,
as
I was also in graduate school because I'm an educated motherfucker.
yeah, dude, I don't even have a higher
I'm
education.
just
I'm
kidding,
an
dude. And
educated,
and it's like it doesn't mean anything. They're
I'm
fucking
an,
idiots in fucking grad school.
uneducated plebs. Exactly. All I can do is dig ditches,
No,
bro.
dude, there are plenty of fucking people that that's all they can do with PhDs.
Dude, I know, right? Yeah, and essentially the weird thing was that I was freelancing for 6 years and I never released a game because all of the project that I was working on would be closed. I still have with me the hard drive. I have hard drive of 26 projects that I was working on, and every single one of them was closed before it even got to release.
Real quick,
But I
I am yes, I'm as soon as this is building. So the document is 100% integrated and built in. So um, that's I'm getting it to build, and I'm gonna show you guys all the documentation, all the shit you can do. Um, yes, I'm a computer engineer. I have a bachelor's in computer engineering and almost a master's in it. That's why I know so much shit about hardware and know what a pointer means because I'm not a computer scientist. Oh shit.
Ooh. A physical memory address? What is this thing?
Yeah, technically I released
You
two
delete
games.
your own pointer? What the fuck?
Yeah. Now get this, I released a game or two apps on, get this, the Windows Store on Windows Phone.
Nice. I had a Windows Phone once, a long ass time
I actually
ago.
liked them.
Yeah, it wasn't. It felt powerful. Like it was responsive as fuck.
It
I
was
never
good,
had a
just
Windows.
had not shit for apps. That's the only issue I ever had with it. Just didn't have dick for apps.
Yeah, that's
So
right. I thought the UI
were
was kind
there
of ugly, but it's just me.
were there was like Microsoft pieces of shit towards developers? Was that anything that scared developers away from the platform, or
I
what the fuck
think
was
they
it?
just didn't have the hipster appeal of like an iPhone, I guess. Like I don't
It's
fucking.
just, Windows Phone wasn't popular enough and there just wasn't apps like that. That's literally all the reason why. Android and iPhone's got that shit locked down.
But Microsoft is like literally shitting money. Couldn't they just like pay people to make like Windows Phone version, like
They did,
force?
but,
Yeah,
They
they
did.
did actually. They tried to like, hey man, you need to make a yeah. Not only that, but Microsoft did a good job of making sure that it's easy as fuck to go from Windows to
like Xbox and Windows Phone.
yes, yeah, like they do a pretty good job with that, and it just didn't catch on.
Shit.
They weren't hipster enough.
Yeah. Maybe they
Yeah.
were like too early to it because nowadays like every single
Yeah, and
fucking
they
smart
that
TV.
might be it. They might have been early. Like
Yeah, because nowadays like
everyone
all of
wanted
the
an Apple, and like that was even before Android was huge when I had one. Like
that was like before smart TVs, and nowadays like all of the smart TVs are running Android in the background essentially. So
right.
it could be that.
Elysian Shadows, Samsung fridge. Let's do it, Falco.
I would fucking do it.
We'll pull a Skyrim, put it on everything. Bottle of vodka, even.
Oh, dude. Oh shit. I'm sorry. Someone asked about online support for the Dreamcast version. So yeah. So okay. Obviously, of course, I'm not gonna shit you. Online support initially is like there's so much other ambitious shit we have to get done. That's not going to happen initially. It is our dream that it sells well enough that we can start looking at like online connectivity. But DLC and distributing like custom content online is a possibility. And so honestly, the Dreamcast has an IP stack. I haven't looked deeply into it. I'm really confused as to why more people have not used it for online content with their games. Like I in terms of what I thought ES would be like, you can make your own levels in ESTK, or maybe we can release like DLC or something like that. You have the broadband adapter that could stream the levels. You have VMU, which barely can hold shit, that could save the levels, but maybe you could compress them. You have obviously the broadband adapter slash dial-up, which would be nice, and then you can burn a disk to load it, but that's read only, but that's fine. And then you have the fucking somewhere over here I have the Dreamcast. Oh, you have the Dreamcast SD card, which is another viable solution. So I wanted. Oh my god, fuck! My fucking Dreamcast SD card is fucked.
No.
Oh shit, I think it's just aesthetic, but fucking Christ. So yeah, like part of what LibGyro does is like I don't like to skimp on fucking in LibGyro the other day. So just to support it, I have the accelerometer, the fucking gyroscope, and all that shit from for iOS. When you guys are using the toolkit, maybe for some reason you want tilt controls or whatever. I'm like, shit, was there anything on Dreamcast? Like, fuck yeah, the fishing rod has a gyroscope or accelerometer or something. So like, you can just use the fucking fishing rod on Dreamcast or the maracas to get that same kind of functionality. And LibGyro doesn't give a shit. Just like, yeah, plug that in for fishing minigame.
Is there gonna be a battle royale?
A battle royale? What do you mean? There has to be
Yeah,
boss attack, because that
It's
was.
essentially fucking game mode.
ES battle royale.
Oh, dude, we would love to have like it. Okay, it might be very easy to do PvP without
Yeah.
doing online local PvP. We might do that.
Yeah, local PvP doesn't
There's
sound
really,
like
dude, like right now, I could launch the fucking toolkit and click one thing in the fucking, it's like inspector, the selection view, and be like, okay, this person can hit this person, and then boom, you can fucking kill each other. It's pretty trivial, to do PvP.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would love to stack because, like I said, I'm a game maker pleb, and that's all I know how to use. But if you can make it, where
No, I mean, like you're kind of our audience, people like that. Unity especially is our audience. People like that who are looking to support, some of the platforms we're supporting, or make kind of old schooly but advanced lighting-y kind of games. They are our
you
our
can
audience.
make AI and multiplayer simple, those are the only two things in game design that confuse the shit out of me.
Yeah, I feel like we could. Yeah. Oh, multiplayer is simple. Multiplayer is pretty fucking simple right now.
And AI.
I finished that. AI we're definitely nowhere near done with right now. That's not exposed yet to Lewis. That's not part of the documentation. But we have a lot of good ideas. But AI was one of the things. We had our web developer who joined, who really wanted to join the main team, and he said he would help. I gave him some AI, like trivial, like pathfinding as the first task, and he just didn't. That didn't go anywhere. So
Like some A star or some shit.
yeah. So that is one of the bottlenecks right now, because okay. So first of all, you can create gameplay and stuff with fucktard AI. I mean, obviously, because otherwise Secret of Mana would not exist. Boom, bitches. But I mean, you don't have to have super advanced pathfinding to do core combat. So right now, that's the priority. So I'm not really like looking that deeply into that. That's the most advanced part of the engine that is the least developed right now, because most of the advanced kind of shit is like 100% done and it's good to go. But that is not right now.
Mm.
Oh, dude, I think I have to subclass this. Oh yeah, I made a whole new class for this. God damn it, I forgot how this even fucking worked. I have some funny ass shit to show you guys with Elysian VMU. Oh, we also oh, why do I choose Qt for my programming? So let me make a few things. That's a very good question. Let me make a few things clear. When you play the game Elysian Shadows standalone, there's no Qt involved. Like we're not linking to the libraries. They're a little more heavyweight. They are specifically only for builds where the engine is embedded within the toolkit. Saying that though, I use the environment and IDE to build every fucking thing I ever do in my entire life because it's fucking amazing. Holy shit, chat is just shitting its pants right now. Oh god, I'm so sorry for missing some of these questions. I don't know what's happening. So,
Oh my god, the chat is fucking exploding.
dude, I
Oh my
know.
God.
Holy fucking shit.
Jesus.
So, Qt Creator, in my opinion, is the greatest IDE there ever was. So, first of all, QMake is like a very awesome layer of abstraction above the standard GNU make file system. So, it's basically with any kind of project you could ever have that has GCC GNU semantics. One of the things that I like most is I can go here and I can. Oh shit! I don't have it in this project. I have it on my fucking. I have it on my fucking Linux machine. But anyway, I could go here. I could be like build, release, debug, but also another drop down where I could be like Linux, Android. I can literally build and debug for Dreamcast from here because you can point to custom toolkits and deployment methods and external fucking GDB servers. And this is just of every UI environment I have ever seen. Like, look at this shit. This is absolutely the best one. A lot of people like to do UI shit in higher level languages. They think it's easier. In my opinion, Qt does so much fucking shit beyond just UIs. I mean, it has like fucking. We're using.
Wait, Falco, the stream went just down on Twitch.
Really? Is everyone else up?
Actually, no. I think it's back. Like someone, it went back for us. It went down.
Okay. So I was gonna say, like, Qt has so much fucking shit to offer. Let's see. Let's go into one of our builds, Jenkins builds, ES Toolkit, Windows. So I'm using the shit out of it in ESTK, and when it gets fucking building, you'll see. I have all of the fucking. I have charts for rendering real-time performance information. You'll see Core does a lot of shit. UI is for all the help everywhere. Qt help is for the documentation. It's fucking amazing. It handles it. And the way our documentation works is, let me show you. When I make anything in C++, this goes back to Lua. Let me find it. ES Toolkit. Right. Engine code is, okay, asset source proxy. Proxy is all of the Lua wrappers. So let's see, area. This is everything that's available within Lua, right? This is how I wrap Lua. There's get directory name, get path, set path. Those are the methods. And then, let me see, level, listing area. And then here are the properties that you guys can access. Directory name, name string, path, and these are the accessor methods it uses. Width, height. So that's basically me. This is a domain-specific language I wrote for letting you basically emulate properties in Lua using accessor methods that have been registered with OO-Lua. It doesn't matter if that doesn't make any fucking sense whatsoever to you. I'm about to get to the point in a sec. So what I do, and it's really cool, when I create these proxies within the source code, kind of like Java doc or whatever, here's the wrapper code for exporting it. So everything is 100% in sync. I have the Lua wrappers and the documentation for all of the wrappers right here. And when I commit to the build server, what the build server does is it runs a pre-processing script that goes through all of the Lua proxy files, and it looks for all of this markup for documentation. It shits out basically a nicely made, searchable, indexable, multi-layered HTML website, bundles it natively with the application binary for ESTK as a resource, and then when it creates the build, the documentation is built into the toolkit. I guess I can go ahead and show you from the old build while we're talking about all this shit.
By the way, I'm here.
Sup, dude? This is Brandon?
Yep.
Cool.
Hey, Brandon.
So,
Hey, how's it going?
went through so much fucking hell. You don't even have to open anything to get to the you go to tools, user manual. So basically, there are two different big high-level things here. We'll also have Elysian VMU and some other shit. ESTK user manual is basically how all of the UI works, right? It's less about, there's a little bit of Lua code in there, but it's more about like how to create scenes, how to get input, like how to create maps, how to load assets, how project works, how you debug, how you lay warp, stuff like that. Lua API, watch this shit, whoosham, is the entire scripting engine, or the entire engine and what you have access to through the Lua API, which is a fucking shitload. It's 100%, it has an optimized search engine, so you can search for everything. It's linked together also by fucking categories. You know, if you're looking at a vector class, it would also have like a matrix class within the same category. Dialog would all be within the same category. And so, okay, the fact that it says QML there is because I hacked it to be Lua, and that will be changed. So please ignore the fact it says QML. So it lists all of the properties and all of the methods for what every type can do. So for example, here's our audio system, which can do a shitload. Here's everything it can do. You're like, oh, how the fuck do I morph into a new auxiliary track? You go here. Some really cool ones are, let's see, what was it? It was Rumble API I was working on the other day. Rumble effect. Rumble device. Okay, and then it always has like the Lua code for how to do that. And then you'll see once I get the engine working, right here's a real-time Lua interpreter that you can actually code this dynamically and run these examples right there without having to make actual scripts. Okay, obviously my fucking code for keeping this bitch up front is wrong because I have to find this fucking window again. My bad, that's why it's beta. Fuck. Okay. No, where'd it go, dude? Does it do this on Windows? Okay, there it goes. Alright, so it talks about the libgyro information. Okay, so another thing I did is embedded within all of the documentation, I made a special custom kind of hyperlink. You see this? This is a relative hyperlink that will actually, right now it won't work because I haven't loaded the assets, but when you click this, it will open up within the toolkit a test area that lets you interactively test the Rumble functionality, and it actually shows you the code for modifying. See, you have to have a valid project loaded before it'll do that, but it also shows you the code for actually interacting with the Rumble device and stuff. Periodic Rumble effects. So here's diagrams and all the Rumble shit. And how it works. So for example, some of the extra complexity here is the Dreamcast Rumble Pack. Where the fuck is it? It's rumbling on 50 fucking platforms, right? The Dreamcast Rumble Pack only has one motor. Most things have two. This can rumble in 1D, this can rumble in 2D. The fucking Switch can rumble in 3D. On purpose, our API is fully 3D. Everything you specify is in the most specific three-dimensional coordinates. And then the libgyro and the engine does its best to basically downsample that. Basically do its best to emulate 3D on 2D, do its best to emulate on 1D. And for example, this has no concept of sinusoidal effects. You know, it's just you either fucking make the motor spin faster or slower, you know, and we emulate all that for you. So you don't have to give a shit, you know. That's a lot of what our device manager does. Let me show you some more. I'm just trying to show you like the completeness of some of this fucking documentation. Don't worry about the fact it's fucking ugly. This goes into the eVMU, Elysian VMU stuff that you always see me working on for, and I'll get more into that later with our VMU content. For basically, our engine lets you connect to any abstract VMU device, and it doesn't matter whether you're on a Dreamcast and you connect to a physical device or whether it's a virtual device with, you can have Elysian VMU running on your iPhone, right? Serving as your VMU. You plug in IP address and suddenly the engine will connect to your iPhone, and that's actually acting as a VMU. You know, you can put that down. And in Elysian Shadows, that's kind of how we're going to give you guys give you all of the VMU Dreamcast specific content for Steam and for everyone else is through emulation. And the engine layer, you know, doesn't give a shit. It hides all that from you, you know, so you can have a PC only game that works with fucking VMUs that are real, works with fake VMUs. You can have someone who plugs in a Dreamcast controller with an adapter somewhere, which leads me into something else cool. I'll let you guys talk for a sec before I go into another monologue.
Alright, well, how is everybody?
Also, yes, this is like Qt Creator's F1 help menu. It's made with the exact same fucking Qt module or whatever. Yes, it's modeled after that. Yes, ESTK, it has a level editor. It's mostly a level editor once I get it fucking building.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair,
Quick,
ESTK
take the pressure off the fact I don't have our fucking toolkit building and this fucking happens, please. No, this is kind of pathetic, man.
It's just, honestly, it's the good old adage of broadcasting.
Dude, how... Oh, yeah, you guys are going to see a lot of Reese, a shitload of Reese hanging out with us, but
every
like...
single thing that can go wrong will go wrong.
We spent so long setting up this fucking build server that I wasn't even paying attention to the code. and I just committed a
Cool.
breaking change. It's kind of funny.
Yeah, Brandon, what's up? I see a Sword Art Online poster in the background. Are you
Oh,
watching?
yes.
Are you
Yeah.
watching the newest season, the
Yeah,
Alice?
Alicization. Yeah, I've been loving it.
Really?
Yeah, it's really awesome. It's a nice breath of fresh air for the series, honestly. I'm
To
like
be
half.
fair, after the previous one, the one with the gun girl or whatever, it's
Yeah,
literally anything is better than that. So.
honestly. I mean,
Mm.
and like it's well, the thing is that I read, that the creator of the manga like was
Mhm.
kind of being lazy with this one. He kind of like apparently Sword Art, he kind of like shit it out, and then but like after he saw people were actually liking the series, he's like, okay, now I got to get serious and really write this, make
Yeah.
it something good. And that's what Alicization is when he finally got his shit together.
Oh, no, that's interesting.
Dude,
Well,
I have no
honestly,
idea what the fuck you guys are talking about.
okay,
Is the stream
Anime.
okay? Someone said it was. Oh, okay. Someone said it was going in and out.
It is so much
yeah,
different.
All right,
I don't,
someone, real quick,
so.
someone asked about deploying to Xbox One. Okay, so I'm gonna be fucking completely honest with you guys. Like every time someone's asked about like Wii U, oh wait, that's old as shit now. Asked about like Switch, PS4, Xbox One, I've given like a political half-assed fucking answer. The truth is, I'm just gonna let you in on the secret fucking scheme. Okay, you guys, we are late already. A lot of people would fucking be up our asses if we're like, oh yeah, we're also working on it for fucking Switch. We're also working on it for this. They'd be like, dude, what the fuck? Your game isn't even out yet. What our evil secret fucking plan is to get ES out on the platforms we're already supporting, use that revenue and the fact we have all this libgyro stuff and we have good connections to bring it to every other platform. So I'm just going to go ahead and say it. PS4 and like all that shit is not coming out initially. Yes, we 100% have an interest in that. That's why we went through so much fucking work to make this abstraction layer and to make the engine so powerful and able to do cross-platform so well. So
Yeah.
that's the real answer. Like I
Okay,
won't be a
so
politician
here is
anymore.
I'll be okay. I'll be skirting very closely to NDAs, and those are not NDAs that I signed personally, but people that okay, I won't gonna go into details not to implicate anyone, but essentially getting developing for consoles that are still support, like unlike Sega Dreamcast, developing for those consoles requires SDK, and getting support
Which,
SDK.
real quick, by the way, back when
Yeah,
Watermelon was around,
yeah.
they were more than willing to let us remote in and use every one of their SDKs. So we had it fucking made. We were totally planning on coming out for every other
Yeah, but
console. Our path now.
let's just explain the situation first with SDK. So like to get SDK is a development kit, developer version of a console, and to get that you have to jump through a lot of hoops because companies are being very cagey in giving or like even selling development kits to developers because they can be used to sort of reverse engineer and break the console. At least that's my understanding. And yeah, if we don't have a finished product that we can sort of justify why we need the toolkit, the development version, they won't gonna just sell it to us. Like there is no
Right.
amount of money that we can sort of pay them. So it's sort of like catch-22. Like if you want to straight up start the game development and start game developing on consoles, I can just tell you for a fact it's not gonna happen. Like first, you either have to join a already established company that already works on titles for consoles, or you have to prove yourself as a game developer and a game dev company first to acquire those toolkits.
Which,
So with
if you don't mind me going back to the good old days for a sec, which is why the Sega fucking Dreamcast was the greatest goddamn motherfucking console in the planet. Like back in the day when I first started programming, there was no such thing as a fucking like indie live arcade, Xbox arcade, no such thing as an app store. If you were indie, you programmed for PC. That was fucking it. No one in their fucking right mind could just be a dude in their fucking mom's attic writing games for a console until the Sega fucking Dreamcast. Then any one of us could write games for this fucking platform, and it was goddamn beautiful. Before any indie scene existed, you could be a console programmer, and that's what the Dreamcast did. And that's why so many people from the Dreamcast scene. It's funny now that I live in the North. I meet a lot of them. A lot of these people went on to do like fantastic fucking things. Like I work for AMD, like one of them works for fucking Apple, and it's like, oh, dude, you were in the Dreamcast scene too? Like, yeah, what was your DC emulation thing? You know, a lot of people who are big in tech now started off in that fucking glorious Dreamcast scene that I'm still a part of. Anyway, sorry,
Yeah,
I didn't mean to
I
hijack
wonder.
that
I wonder
on the
honestly.
Dreamcast.
I wonder what's gonna be the future of developers as people, because sort of a lot of those like highly talented people started because of Dreamcast and because of easier access to hardware, and nowadays hardware is just so locked out
Yeah,
from you
it's
that
they're just
it's
gonna
hard.
they're gonna be using like fucking iPhones and stuff like that.
There's a
That's
bunch
what
of
they.
abstractions, right? Like I mean, like what
Oh
company
yes,
doesn't use
yes, no, that's
Dreamcast?
true. And even there, and even if you do get on like Indie Live and shit for like Xbox, whatever, yeah, you're not working in C++ usually. You're 20 layers up.
Yeah,
Maybe
even
now
to
you
the
are.
point. Yeah, like that was something that surprised me. Like I mentioned before in a stream, like I was at certain point in dark times, I was ready to quit game development altogether and just to finish ES and finish ES and do whatever, but just find any job to sustain
Shit,
myself.
dude. When I was in dark times for game
Yeah.
development, I wrote a fucking VMU emulator. That's what I did.
Mhm. I just went full on the depressed. But the thing is that once I like when I joined this so I was like doing before I was doing obviously lots of art, and then I also was doing some programming for some basic Unity programming, and then I always wanted to combine those two to do like some technical art. And like literally the minute I updated my LinkedIn that I'm working as technical artist, I got recruiters on my dick because
Nice.
there is apparently
Everyone likes
no like
recruiters on their dick. That's good.
there is I'm dude man I'm feeling like the most beautiful girl on a prom, and all the boys want to ask me out,
Probably
but
the most beautiful girl in the brothel, if we're being quite honest.
oh baby, yeah, they want to fuck me so hard,
Oh,
but
There you go.
dude, we're about to get
essentially there is
kicked off. We're on like 3 platforms though, so probably for that we'll just get kicked off Facebook.
ah
Damn,
fuck 'em.
it's fucking
But,
Zuckerberg.
yeah, but essentially, if you're an artist with any sort of technical inkling, you get so much popularity. And I think this is something that's gonna be diminishing more and more because it's so much harder to be very technical about stuff because there's just so much abstraction with everything.
You watching me with my rabbit, Falco?
Yes. Guys, do I need to like drop the Oh, dude, you want to start talking about the fucking VMU? Not the VMU. Let me know if so someone says the stream's cutting in and out. Is I wonder if my fucking First of all, I'm on fucking fiber, so this is bullshit, but if I need to
Yeah.
drop the bit rate, let me know cuz I'm streaming this as like fucking
I
HD
think
as we
it's a
can.
fucking mob crash because like mob crash keeps stopping the stream for me, and like right now on mob crash I can't even play it. I see
Are you fucking
like the
kidding me?
fucking
Thank
Twitch
you,
is
Mr. Squarepeg.
Twitch is working, but mob crash is just
Hmm.
fucking shitting itself.
Okay. Okay.
But
Um
apparently people can at least hear us because I can see people from
That's weird.
YouTube
That
and Twitch talking.
it
Kresna,
says you're
are
not
you in
dropping
here?
any frames. That's
Hmm.
weird.
Are you in
They
here,
say you've
Kresna?
dropped frames.
Kresna, you're not here. God damn it. Okay, so if we're talking about VMU shit for a minute, before I get this shit fucking building, and since we were talking about the Dreamcast, it's a good time. So you get like what I was saying about Elysian VMU for basically turning anything into a Sega Dreamcast visual memory unit. So this actually has it's kind of famous in its own right. Like it has its own followers because this is not just an emulator. It's for people who use Dreamcast emulators and want to either back up their VMU files, transfer them to PC, or just download a save file off the internet and load it into a Dreamcast emulator. So it really does a lot of shit. And also part of this, let me show you.
Falco, make sure that you're actually sharing your screen on the
Oh
stream because
fuck. Oh
on
no,
Twitch
I
there is
should be.
still a rabbit.
I should be.
Okay. That's probably the lie.
Oh wait, no, I'm not. No, I'm not. No, I'm not.
You've
Yeah,
been shitting me for the past minute, I think.
It's okay, because
yeah.
I really haven't shown shit. Okay, we're good. So this is EVMU real quick. I just want to run you guys through some shit from like a developer perspective. So part of what this shit is fuck Jenkins builds. This is our build server where the automated shit goes. Okay. So let me find a good. These are all ROMs and shit. So let me find an image of something from an emulator. There's a great Dreamcast emulator called Redream. Okay, I'm good friends with the guy doing it, and we're gonna team up. And the Dreamcast emulator Redream is going to interface with Elysian VMU, as for emulating the whole VMU Dreamcast interaction system, which has never been done. It kind of pisses me off, you know, like you have a Dreamcast emulator, you're not emulating the whole fucking VMU, and I want it to be like you can plug in a real Dreamcast controller with the converter, and this is for Elysian Shadows also, everything I'm saying, or you can use your phone as a VMU with the emulator. It's like something I've always dreamed of. So here we have a bunch of ROMs and a bunch of images created from just entire VMUs. So this is an image that has all these files on the VMU. So what Elysian VMU is it's part emulator for using with like Dreamcast, with any indie homebrew, like our engine embeds it internally, and you can use it from there. Or you can use it standalone if you're doing something like this guy was playing all these fucking games in a Dreamcast emulator. So I can load in the files from Redream, and I can see all these like shit. I can export to other formats. I can kind of cool because the Dreamcast won't let you copy a bunch of these. I can actually export the icons. I have I have a collection of fucking icons from this on my hard drive where I'm just stealing all the Dreamcast icons. I want to put it on like a website or something. Look at this shit. And they're animated GIFs. I'm just like, oh hey, a new icon. Making like a repository.
How did you get the VMU ROMs?
Oh, online and people create them. Oh yeah, there's go to blueswirl.com. It's a very famous Blue Swirl VMU. Also, this folder I'm showing is public. You can download eVMU. First of all, if you are interested, eVMU, this website is so disgusting, dude. If someone wants to help, this is like, these are live. They're so live, in fact, that be careful, because when we do the build server, like I said, and it shits the latest versions, it's updating these. So they might not be the most stable version. And you can see this website is only half fucking created. It's really fucking sad. It looks like shit given all the work that's been put into this. If you are beta testing Elysian VMU, it actually shares a whole fuckload of the backend with Elysian Shadows itself. Like, someone found a bug where if you disconnect a controller and reconnect it, it doesn't detect, or like it didn't support the Steam controller. Someone tested with an NES controller converter, and it worked. Like, all of, so it's actually helping to find bugs there. But anyway, so you can get ROMs and anything like that from, you can go to Blue Swirl. Oh shit, Blue Swirl.
Domain is for sale.
VMU.
Dude, holy shit! Can I just rage? Can I rage for like 2 minutes?
So here's a shitload of Here's a shitload of games.
Dude, the fucking the way Vive handles controllers. So for like, honestly, just to put in the perspective the awesome job that Falco does with eVMU and Elysian Shadows and supporting all the different controllers and the entire thing not
Dude, it's called fucking autism, man.
It's amazing levels of autism, because let me share some
real quick, dude, check this shit out. To this day, you go to GameFAQs and browse a Dreamcast game. To this day, there are save files for every Dreamcast game. If I went here with a web